Howdy, howdy, howdy. Samir here, and I am warming up with this blue V2 slab, of course, because I don't want to mess with my pretty hands. Of course. Yeah, this slab was a little harder than I thought it was going to be for this one particular crux, and I'll tell you guys that in a second. But as you can tell, I have changed my editing style quite a bit, where this is the hard part, by the way, putting your left foot up to the next hold and really trusting your foot. It's really awkward. I couldn't figure out for my first time. But anyway, I changed my editing style for a bit to make the climb a little bit easier to see, which I just unsaturated all the parts that weren't part of the climb for some of these boulder climbs that I did. I didn't do it for all of them, but overall, I did. So for this one, it's this slight overhang at the initial start for this blue V3. And these are all grades that I would give them. Granted that they do have a grade range, but I would rate them this way from memory. They might have been graded slightly different, but if I remember correctly, these were the grades that were given. This is a yellow V3 slab. I just like slab a little bit better, typically, on the lower grades at least, because they're easier on my hands and pulling and whatnot. On my pretty little hands, my not manly hands or rough hands, whatever we want to call them. It's pretty easy. This could have been a V2. I wasn't really too sure about it because the start was kind of difficult. Like, you would have to really think outside the box for the start for the previous climb. And for this one, this felt like a V5 for sure. I don't know if it was graded a V5, but this transition after this point to get to the next hold, I didn't know what to do. Like, my body wasn't going to stay on the wall. I couldn't figure out how to get my left foot to the next hold at all. So I'm just staring at this problem like I'm solving something, but I'm not solving anything. That was basically all my attempts to that. And this V4, this yellow V4 dyno move, I didn't think it was going to be a V4 looking away from it. But when I tried it, oh my god, I just kept failing over and over and over. This was a hard V4 dyno because, like, there's an incline to it and I just couldn't pull my hips in enough to actually get into the next hold. For this next climb, I rated it as a V3 because there were a ton of holds, but also the holds at the end were very small and crimpy and it was hard to pull from. They weren't super easy to grab onto and stuff, and you had to really trust your feet. So yeah, that's the reasoning for my grading on this particular climb, but overall, it was nice. I don't do crimps that well at this point in time. I still don't, but yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. This one right here is my mortal enemy. I should have read this a little bit better. So I first thought you get your left hand here, and then you do a rosemary move underneath, and it did not work at all. Especially because there's no feet. And then some guys next to me gave me advice to just go for the next hold while still grabbing this one right here with my left hand. But I don't think I had the wingspan for it. And I fell pretty embarrassingly. Yeah. But what I should have done next would have been to try to do basically a dyno move where I thrust myself into both those holds and catch with both right and my left hand at the same time. But that middle hold was very tough to grab onto. It wasn't smooth to like grab onto it. You had little surface area to actually grab. So yeah, I ran away from that one and simply just went for this red V4. And this is my flash attempt, and I really wanted to get it done. So yeah, I was really second guessing all my moves because I didn't want to slip and fall. But yeah, I did a little dance at the end. I was a little cutesy guy, I think. Here are my first 20 attempts on this V6 red boulder problem. I cannot for the life of me understand how to start this boulder. I straight up did not, because it's so hard to hold on the holds with my hands, and the foothold is dual text, so you can't stand on it. Oh my god, I was mad. But anyway, I was trying this V4 again, this V4 dyno move. Really trying to bring my hips in and go up, but I was just slipping and sliding. Here is my best attempt, and I couldn't stick it. I really couldn't stick it. I was disappointed in myself because I like dynos. I like dynos a lot. It's just very fun to get off the wall and catch something. At least for me, it's fun that way. Feels like I'm Superman or something. But yeah, here's this V3 slopey kind of boulder problem. Not that hard to read at all. It's just making sure you're underneath each sloper, which I used to be very bad at, but now I understand that technique a little bit better, which helps me complete a lot of climbs and stay on. Here is a V4 slab. This could have been honestly probably a V5 because it's super hard to read to get to the next hold, and there's a lot of pushing, which climbers are really bad at. This is my first attempt, and I was really trying to figure out how to get up there. And yeah, so I think I figured it out now. Yeah, figured it out now. And then they start teasing you. They just tease you that you're right next to that hold and you just go up. But no, not at all. That's not the case at all. So yeah, I just skipped to the part where I actually finished the climb because it just takes a while. So yeah, you're supposed to use the arete and really trust your right foot. And then you have to get your left foot to that chip, which is really hard to see from this position because you couldn't just look down and see the little foot chip because there's holes in the way from you seeing that little foot chip. But anyway, the previous clip was me saying it's my flash attempt because it's obviously my flash attempt. This is my first attempt. Why wouldn't it be? So this is actually not the intended beta. The actual intended beta was to stand up with your right foot on the starting hold, and basically it's a coordination move where you have your left toe hook on that left hold right there, and then grab the top of the volume with your right hand or both hands if you prefer. But I didn't do it that way. So what I'm showing here is just me lollygagging and funny clips where I couldn't start this this climb. But this last clip right here is me with my best attempt. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it. And yeah, I hope everyone has a lovely day. Peace out, Girl Scouts.